I'll introduce myself. My name is John Strawn. I'm an account manager with Physicians Mutual Insurance, and I'm responsible for your agency. I work closely with all agents throughout the country, but I'm going to give you a little insight as far as how our products work, um, those type of things. And as we go through here, if you have any questions, since it's a relatively small group, please unmute yourself and interrupt me because sometimes I get going too fast and I need to learn how to slow down. So um, I will share my screen. Okay, so far so good. Okay, and Douglas, you can see my screen all right? Okay, excellent, excellent. And now the next trick is to make sure I can actually go to the next slide. So that's my contact information here. If you ever have any questions or concerns, you can call me, text me, email me, whatever's most conducive for you. I do warn you that if you're in front of a client and you're talking to me, please tell me you're in front of the client. So I don't say, hey, Douglas, how'd that sale go? And you get all embarrassed and the client hits you upside the head. So with that, try to go to the next one. Oh, stop. Oh, come on. Here we go. Hopefully I went to you can see the next slide here. It's our product portfolio. Great, then things are working properly. So Physicians Mutual, we specialize in the senior market. Our bread and butter has always been our Medicare supplement. We also do a really good dental plan. We have a brand new life product coming out May 8th. I'm going to go over that here shortly, as well as some extended cancer protection. Physicians Mutual, we're a little different than other carriers. We do have an exclusive Medicare supplement plan. It's called our Innovative Plan G. I'm going to go over that here shortly. Uh, most areas of the country, we also offer what we call Preventative Benefits Plus Silver and Fit membership as a rider. It will include all preventative care plus Silver and Fit, which is kind of like silver sneakers. I'll go over that in an upcoming slide. We do offer an exclusive 2-year selection guarantee on our Meds Up, meaning your client, if they buy any of our products for the first time, and they don't like it for one dumb reason or another, in the first 2 years, they can switch to any of other plans that we offer with no health underwriting. So we know that by research, seniors, their biggest concern or biggest fear is making a mistake when they get into Medicare. Well, this kind of eliminates that hurdle for them because they can switch if they so desire. We can write our turning 65-year-olds as far out as 6 months in advance. So here in February, you could write somebody with an August birthday if you so desired. Does that happen a lot? Probably not. But those people that like to take care of things early in the cycle, they feel a little bit more at ease on that. We do age band from age 65 through 68. They all pay the same rates. We'd have limited underwriting for that same age group. If they're going through underwriting, we don't ask nearly as many questions as if they were 69 or older. We do offer a 10% household discount in most states. I'll go over that here in a second as well. And we do have a 95% customer satisfaction rating. That's why I work for this company. I've been here 15 years. It's rare you ever have a customer service problem because whoever they call, they will be calling Omaha, Nebraska. So rest assured, you're not going to have a language barrier, things like that, that you may experience elsewhere. Our innovative plan G is in the states listed on this slide. You can kind of look through there. I got them in alphabetic order, but um, not all states have our innovative plan, but we're working on it. We're coming out with a brand new portfolio July 1, 2026, and we're going to be adding some states. I'll show you that slide in a second. But we're hoping that all the states that we do business in will allow us to do our innovative plan. Since it's so unique, a lot of state Department of Insurances struggle with the concept. But once we can explain it to them, they're like, oh, we get it. That's what I'm going to teach you here in just a second. So this is how the Innovative Plan G works. It's patented by Physicians Mutual. You won't find it with any other carrier. But here is the details on it. So we all know how a standard Plan G works. A standard Plan G Medicare supplement is the most robust coverage a senior can buy today. It covers everything with the exception of the first $283, the Part B deductible. Once they meet their deductible, plan kicks in, pays 100% the rest of the calendar year. Being the most robust coverage, they're going to pay the highest premium for that plan, not just with us, but with any carrier. Now, on the far left-hand side of the screen is a high deductible Plan G. These aren't offered by every carrier, but we offer it. The high deductible Plan G works very similar to a standard Plan G, but it has a max out of pocket of $2,950. It's not a true deductible, it's a max out of pocket. So Medicare still pays 80%. Your client would pay any deductibles and the 20% until they hit that number. If they hit that number in any given year, plan would kick in and pay 100% the rest of the year. So if they had some major surgery or they're going through cancer treatments or something, they might hit that 2950, but then we would pay 100% the rest of the year. That's the least expensive plan to own because it has the least amount of benefits. Now, the innovative Plan G is in the middle for a reason. It's kind of a hybrid between that standard Plan G and a high deductible Plan G, meaning in the first 2+ years of owning it, the client will have the equivalent of that high deductible plan. So they have that max out of pocket of $2,950 each year in the first 2+ years. So depends on when they start in 2026. But whenever they start, they will have met the 2026 calendar year. So if they start in April, they start in October, they start in July, it doesn't matter. Whatever they incur in 2026 satisfies this calendar year. And then it will reset on January 1st, but then they have all of 2027, also all of 2028. But on January 1st, 2029, that plan will automatically convert in coverage level to a standard Plan G for the rest of their life. The beauty of it is that they're paying 25 to 45% less in their premiums the entire time. So just for conversation's sake, let's say a Plan G runs $150 a month. A high deductible Plan G would probably be about 50, but the innovative plan is going to be in the middle, so right around $100 a month for the innovative plan. Yes, they have some exposure, but it's as incurred because Medicare's still paying that 80%. They're just paying the deductibles and the 20% until they hit that number. Most likely they won't hit that number unless they're hospitalized and they trigger that Part A deductible of $1,736. So keep that in mind as you're trying to explain that to a client. So when it converts, the Part A deductible will disappear, the 20% go away, and the maxed out of pocket is also eliminated and they're switched over. Now, when they switch over, they're not switching over to the higher rate. They're still on the innovative column for their rates the entire time. I'm going to give you an example here in just a second. But you want to understand the deductible period first. It depends on when somebody starts. So if they start April this year, they got 2 years, 9 months. They have to go through to satisfy that deductible period. Now, if they started in November, they only have 2 years and 2 months to worry about that because it's always the year you're in plus the next 2 calendar years. We've been selling this plan since 2008. We have a 97% persistency rate on it, and you're going to see on this next chart why. What's that do for you as an agent is you don't have a competitor come along and snipering your business 3 or 4 years into that policy because they can't compete on the rate 3 or 4 years down the road for a 68-year-old. Very few people ever hit these max out of pockets. We do give them a back door too. If during the deductible time frame something comes up, I'm sorry, Douglas, you have internal cancer. You call the agent will call me, and we'll drop the rider from your plan, switch you over to standard coverage on the first of the month after you make that request. You'll pay the higher premium because you kind of broke the contract, but you avoid a lot of that $29.50. Follow me? Okay, so this illustrates how this boils down to dollars and cents for your client. This is just a random 681 zip code female rate. But imagine you have twin sisters. You got Sally and Jane. At age 65, Sally says, you know what? I've had a deductible all my working years. I'm okay with that. I don't go to the doctor very much. I probably won't even pay anything out of my pocket. Maybe a little bit here and there, but not anything to get excited about. So Sally's going to pick the innovative plan at $125 a month. Jane, on the other hand, is a little skeptical about that. None of my neighbors have that. None of my friends have that. I want to just get a standard plan G right out of the gate. Great. Now she's going to pay $174 a month for it. Now imagine 3 years into it, Sally and Jane both have their policies yet with us, but at 68, that's when it's converting. So it's converted for Sally now to 100, and she's paying with compounding rate increases over the years. She's up to $167 a month for hers, but her sister's already up to $231 a month on her premium. It's converted. They have the exact same thing, but Sally is paying $60 a month less than her sister. See the beauty of that? Over the course of time, let's say life expectancy 15 years, they're 80 years old. Sally has saved $21,000 in premiums compared to Jane. Even if Sally would have maxed out her max out of pocket of 3 grand a year, just to round it off, that's $9,000. She's still ahead by what, $12,000, $13,000 in her premiums. That's the wonderful thing about that innovative plan. You're going to save your clients a boatload of money. And at age 68, like I said, you don't have a competitor coming along and beating that rate. So that's a good thing. It's a win-win for everybody. Now you think, well, these 20% could add up, John. Well, in reality, we're talking about the Medicare allowed amounts. And if you ever are curious, go out to the Medicare.gov site, click on the provider and services tool. That will take you to this page where you can compare procedure costs. In here, you can put in virtually anything you want or anything you can imagine as a medical service that Medicare might provide. So an MRI, magnetic resonance imaging. You'd think, well, that's going to be a boatload of money for somebody to do. Not really, because Medicare has negotiated this rate so far down with the providers. Total cost for that MRI is $196 in the Medicare world. Medicare pays 80% of it, $157. Your client's on the hook for $40 for an MRI. I don't think that's too bad. Let's look at a colonoscopy. Colonoscopy is $874 in Medicare's world. Medicare would pay $700 of that bill, Your client's on the hook for $174. This is a diagnostic type of colonoscopy, not a preventative one. But you can see where I'm getting at. And there's examples on this on different things. You got um, chest X-ray. How much do you think a chest X-ray is? To a client, it's $4. It'd take a lot of chest X-rays ever to hit that max out of pocket. Why not take on that responsibility? They're used to it. There's hip surgery. Hip surgery you would think would be really expensive. Well, Medicare says it's $4,500. They're going to pay $3,600. Clients on the hook for $900. That's hip surgery. To save $21,000 in premiums over the course of a lifetime, I'd buy that plan every day. Max out of pockets. Think about this too. Who are you talking to? You're talking to people that are coming off group coverage. Most group coverage has higher out of pocket exposure than this does. Most MA plans will have higher out of pocket exposure than a high deductible or an innovative G does. Medicare sets that number from year to year. We don't have any uh, say on that, but they don't raise it through the roof. They usually raise it $50, $60 a year on the deductible side. That's not a big hill to climb. People are used to it. Don't be afraid to talk to your clients about that. Any questions on how the innovative works? Excellent. Now, depending on where you live and what state you're selling in, this preventative plus rider can also be very valuable to your clients. Most of the time, we add it as a rider to our plans. It'll cost them a whole $9.53 a month to add it. They must add this rider at time of application. They can't add it after the fact. So if they're thinking about it, tell them get the rider because you can always drop it. That's easy, but you can't add it later. But for $9.53, they get two things: unlimited preventative care benefits, regardless of what Medicare says. Then they have also access to our Silver and Fit program, which is going to be much like Silver Sneakers. But on the preventative side of it, Medicare doesn't pay for all preventative care. So things like physicals, lifeline screenings, thermography, CBC panels, we pay for all that if they have that rider attached to their policy. That can save them a lot of money. Lifeline screenings, I describe it as the Winnebago that goes around town to town. You go in one door and you come out the other a better person. It's kind of cafeteria style. You, as the client, decide what kind of screenings you want done that day. Are they 100% accurate? I don't know. But it'd be a good starting point with your family doctor if something comes back and you got some kidney disease thing going on according to Lifeline screening. We pay for all that. Now, this outfit will not file with Medicare at all. So client pays at point of service. They have that rider with us. They send us a copy of the statement and we'll send them a check and make them whole. Pretty easy deal. Also, thermography can catch cancer earlier because it uses different technology. Medicare will not pay for this service. If anybody wants to do this, we would pay for it. Silver and Fit. More and more people go to the fitness centers. Okay, I'm going to get to that, Gina, in just a second. Silver and Fit program. This is a lot like Silver Sneakers. They get free access to our standard network gyms. Those are going to be places like Anytime Fitness, Planet Fitness, Curves for Women, and even a lot of the YMCA's are part of that network. We do have Premier Network as well. Let's say it's Lifetime. And in Lifetime, they might have to, as a Premier Network, the client's going to pay a heavily discounted membership rate to attend that facility. So we're trying to be flexible with this plan, but the healthier somebody is, the less costly they are, and to us long term, and they'll live longer for their family. It's a win-win situation. We encourage them to do their screenings as well as any type of exercising. Now, this Preventative Plus is a rider in the states listed in yellow on the screen. Certain states, I'll take Ohio as an example, we bake in the rider to the innovative plan. And in Ohio, the F, the G, and the high deductible G all include silver and fit. Each Department of Insurance is a little different on how we can add riders or offer them to the public with standardized plans, hence why we have these different state rules. Pennsylvania, we include silver and fit in every policy. A lot of people go to the fitness center. So I wish I'd go more often. Now, standard plan only states, Kentucky, Florida, Georgia. Right now, we don't have preventative care, silver and fit, innovative in those 3 states. We're hoping to add those states by July 1. And I'm going to show you a slide on what our July portfolio is going to include, and it will address Gina's question when I get there. Well, I've already explained this 2-year selection guarantee. New buyers to Physicians Mutual, first 2 years, they don't like it. They switch any of our other plans, no health questions. We do age band from 65 through 68. They all pay the same rate. That helps people, especially, we know folks that don't go on Medicare at 65 because they're still working. They're trying to get to 67 to their full retirement age, and they retire then. Well, they'll pay the same rate as a 65-year-old at that moment in time. Also, it's a special enrollment period, so they won't answer health questions. If they have to go through underwriting because they're coming off of a different med sup, or they've already had Part B longer than 6 months, we do ask health questions. There are guaranteed issue situations. I understand those. I think you do too. But we don't ask many questions for this age group, and we only go back 2 years. The things that will knock them out will be things like chronic kidney disease, internal cancer, insulin-dependent diabetic, severe arthritis. Yeah, there's a few other things on there, but you don't come across them very often. Those are going to be the knockouts. The one that is question 12 here, have you been admitted to the hospital in the last 3 months? If so, and they can pass all the other health questions, just delay taking the app until you're 3 months removed from their discharge date, and they're fine. They might have been in there overnight because they had knee surgery. Just wait. Everything's good after that 3 months if they can still answer no to those questions. Household discount. People or your clients can earn a discount with us for one of 2 reasons. In most states, this works. So they're either married, and we don't care how old the spouse is, because we know there's guys that trade in for a younger model along the way. So that's fine. We don't care as long as they're married. Or they're living with somebody 60 years of age or older. In Kentucky, that's 18 or older, but for the most part, 60 and older. So they're cohabitating with somebody. They're living with their mom, their dad, their brother, sister. It doesn't matter who they're living with. They would earn that discount. In Florida, it's a little different. Ohio's slightly different as well. You only get 9% discount. Both people have to own the policy. But on our most states, they don't both have to own the policy to earn the discount. 95% customer satisfaction rating. We've been in business since 1902, and we've been doing Medicare since the mid-60s. So we've been around the block. We're a true and trusted brand out there when it comes to supplemental insurance. What's in it for you as an agent? Other than your commissions, commissions are really good on the agent level, street level. But we also have a MedSup bonus program each month. Meaning, if as an agent you have issued 5 or more policies in any given month, 5 or more, we go back to app number 1 and we start looking at, is it underwritten? We're going to give you a $200 bonus. Is it an innovative plan G? We'll give you $150. If it's a standard plan G, we're going to give you 30. Standard plans, and we are offering an end starting in July. So that would count toward that 30. But we go back to app number 1, we start adding it up. If you have sold other products when you're still in the home, our dental, our cancer, or our life product, you earn additional bonuses on top of that. You can imagine how these things can add up. Because if you wrote 5 underwritten apps in a month, that's $1,000 bonus. I'd take that. Everybody's looking to make a little extra money. It's a good way to do it. You're working anyway. That's a different chart that kind of breaks that down in a different bit of language. But underwritten is gold for us. Now, let me tell you about any questions on any of that. Okay. Let me tell you about our dental plan. You're going to love this. Our dental works differently than any other carrier that I can find out there because most plans will have a max. They're going to only pay $1,200, maybe $1,500 a year in benefits. And some plans also have deductibles, 25, $50 before the plan will even work. Ours has absolutely no deductible and no annual or lifetime maximum on the amount of benefits somebody can receive. Unlimited. Now, we use the Emeritus network, and it's okay. If they go outside the network, we still pay off the Emeritus rate. But if they can go in network, all these percentages will work out perfectly. We have 4 different plans. I'm going to show you that on the next slide. But all the plans will cover preventative care at 100%. Cleanings, x-rays, exams, those type of things, 100%. Preventative and basic care will start right away. Basic care are things like tooth extraction, sealant, repair to a denture clasp. Everyone will always have a 12-month wait for major benefits. Crowns, root canals, bridges, dentures. If it sounds major, it probably is. Okay, they always have a 12-month wait on that, even if they had pre-existing coverage elsewhere. The only thing we put a limit to is implants. We're going to pay $1,000 lifetime benefit for implants. But an implant, by definition, is the titanium post they screw in your jaw. Everything that goes along with it, the fake tooth, all the prep work, etc., will be covered under the provisions of the policy they buy, unlimited coverage. It's just that titanium post where we say we're not going to pay more than $1,000 for a titanium, multiple titanium post. It will cover over 400 different procedures. It's built for seniors. You can sell this to anybody 18 years old and older. Because occasionally you'll come across a small business owner, mom and pop shop. They have a couple kids at home. They're just looking for some dental coverage. That's fine, but it won't cover is orthodontal work, braces, etc. Most seniors don't need that. So we exclude those type of things. If you need a reference guide on knowing what's covered and not covered, let me know. Now the brochure kind of looks like this. I'm going to play this short video here and you'll get a better idea on how this works.
Why buy dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company? Because this is real dental insurance that helps cover over 400 covered procedures, the ones you're most likely to need. There are no deductibles, and you can go to any dentist you like, or you can save more by seeing a dentist in our network. Right away, we provide coverage for both preventive and basic care, such as cleanings, exams, and x-rays, or fillings and simple tooth extractions. After 12 months, we help pay for major procedures, things like root canals, crowns, bridges, even dentures. All 4 coverage options have the same features, such as 100% coverage for preventive care when you see an in-network dentist. No waiting periods for preventive and basic care, and major care begins after 12 months. No deductible, no annual maximum on cash benefits. The only difference is how much each one pays for basic and major services. Our Premier Insurance Plan pays 70% of your covered basic and major procedures, and our other 3 insurance plans pay a set dollar amount. While the Premier Insurance Plan costs a little more, it pays the highest benefits. No matter which option you choose, there is no annual maximum on the cash benefits you can receive. Plus, we offer optional vision and hearing benefits. So don't wait. Get dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company before your next checkup.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Okay, the commercial does it much better job than I do. So the 4 different plans we're talking about. Now the Premier plan, I know I have on here $56.50 a month. That's a single rate. Each state now we're kind of transitioning, we're changing that rate a little bit because dentists are charging more than they ever have before. So we've had to adjust this a little bit. But you won't see this any higher than $68 a month. But I'm going to show you how you would run a quote for it. But check your state to see what the actual rate is for the Premier plan before you have that conversation with your client. But it does pay 100% for all preventative care, 70% for everything else, uh, unlimited. So we've spoke about the Emeritus Network. So let's say here is an example. You have a client that goes in, needs a crown done. They've waited their 12 months, they're getting their crown done. They go in network, and that dentist charges $1,000. Well, we pay 700, client pays the other 300, right? Because they got the best plan. Now let's say they go out of network, but that out of network dentist charges $1,200 for that same crown. Well, we still only pay the 700. Client has to make up the difference because they went out of network. Just so you know that as you're trying to have those conversations. Now, to any of these dental plans, people can add vision and hearing. What do they say? The first 3 things to go are your eyes, your teeth, and your hearing. In my case, my hair. But for $8.95 a month, in addition to the dental premium, they get a couple things. With their vision, they're going to get $100 back every year because they went and had their eyes examined. They're also going to get $150 back each year for a set of glasses or contact lenses or whatever. That's to the benefit of the client. The client also has the opportunity to get their hearing checked. If they do that, we'll send them $75. And after a 12-month wait, they need hearing aids. We're going to give them $500 per ear per hearing aid. So it's set for 1,000. They can go anywhere they want and do it. Send us a copy of the receipt, and we'll send them $1,000 for a set of hearing aids. It's not a bad deal. Because they're only paying $8.95 a month for it. And you're wondering, well, how do I find out how this works? You'd want to go to our website. I'll show you what our website looks like on the next slide, but there you can find the networks, how the pricing is for the rates for dental and MedSup, and how to get into our systems. So if you're just looking for dental network providers, you would scroll down on the left-hand side of the screen, you'll find a Find a Dentist link. That'll take you to the Emeritus site. But in a zip code, hit search, and it'll give you a list of dentists within a 25-mile radius of that zip code. Works out pretty well. If that dentist does not appear on there, you can nominate a provider. So you use the little hamburger menu over on the right of that main page and click on nominate a provider. You're going to put in some information in there about the provider that you're nominating. And once you hit submit, it's between Emeritus and that dentist to decide if they want to get married. They don't want to get married, but you're out of it at that point. At least you tried. I've done that. A lot of dentists has joined the network because they weren't familiar with Emeritus, but you never know. You're just trying to do that extra step for your client. Now you want to run a quick quote for dental. You just click on that dental icon. It's going to bring up this page, and you just change the state and run the quote. And you can change it from an individual to an individual and spouse. We also have single parent family plans as well as all family plans. But click on the one you want to look at, and it'll give you the rates across the board. Now, if you want to run a MedSup quote, very similar, you just click on the MedSup icon. Now, this is going to require 3 pieces of information: gender, date of birth, zip code. And then you just click See Plans and Prices, and it'll bring up this page. It'll show you all the plans available for that individual in that state and what the rates are between the G. Most states are going to have G, high deductible G, and the innovative plan. If you need to, these are always going to bake in a non-tobacco discount, which everybody gets at open enrollment, a non-tobacco discount, and a household discount, as well as automatic bank draft. If you know that person is single, you can click on See How Plan Pays. That'll take you to the next screen, and you can change the parameters from qualifying to non-qualifying household discount and just say run update, and it'll tell you what that new rate is. Never apply though through this website right here from the quick quote. You're just doing a quick quote. If you help a client apply through here, you're not getting credit for it because you weren't logged in as an agent. I'm going to show you that here in a second. I want to just briefly tell you about something coming on May 8th this year. We're bringing our what we call instant issue life insurance to market. It's going to be basically a perm term blended product, meaning they can buy a whole life plan for as little at face value as $15,000, and they can add term riders to that plan if they so desire. We know there's seniors out there that still have mortgages, they got Parent Plus loans, they got consumer debt. If something happens, and they will die, everyone will. But when that event occurs, are they going to leave somebody behind that's holding the bag financially? This can solve that problem. So if you have a life license, you're going to want to tune into a lot of our trainings we're going to do on this in upcoming sessions to learn more about it. You can help your clients tremendously. We've done the research already. There's very few companies that will offer a $15,000 face. That's might be all they want, but they might want a little more in permanent. They might not want the term rider, but if they do, they add it at time of purchase, and they can bundle these together not to exceed a face amount of 250,000. But we think it's a good plan, and it's coming to a number of states. These are the states that it will be in shortly on May 8th. The ones in yellow are the first wave. The ones in red will come at a later date. I don't know about what day that's going to be, but it's going to um, be implemented in virtually all the states we do business in. Now, you asked, Gina asked earlier about states we're coming back to California, we're coming back to Missouri, July 1, 2026. We're also introducing the MedSup product in Virginia, Maryland, Michigan at that time. We're hoping that Kentucky, Florida, and Georgia will catch on with our innovative plan. And then all of our states with a new portfolio, we will offer the Plan N to folks that want that. So we know that's becoming more of a popular MedSup out there. Why, I don't really know, but other than the price point, we do our proper fact finding when we're in the home. We're going to find out what a client wants, what a client needs. Now, if you're appointed with us, great. You can today you can go out here to our website and you click on the login at the top, and then you enter the agent and broker platform simply by clicking on the enter portal. Log into your account. Your username will always be your NPN number. If this is your first time in, you want to click forget password, re-enter your NPN number, and it's going to generate a reset back to your email. Once you get in with your username and password, you're going to see this screen. You can do quoting here. You can do an electronic app. or you can order supplies. If you need some brochures and stuff when you're out and about, order what you want. It'll be direct shipped to your either your business or to your home. We also give you the opportunity from that page. You saw that. You scroll down the right hand side, and it's organized where you can go over to look at the agent assistant. That I'm going to show you what that does here in a second. But basically, you're going to be able to track your just submitted business through to it being issued. You can also look at the sales performance dashboard. That's going to keep your book of business in there. It'll keep everything at your fingertips. So if somebody calls you, you can look it up really, really quickly. On the agent assistant, and this is also available for mobile devices, you can check on your application status. So you just submitted a piece of business the other day. You want to see what's going on. All you have to do is you can change the dates because we'll go back 60 days on this on the agent assistant if you need to. But if it's it will default to 7 days ago. But if you click on that and you can change that parameter, it's going to tell you all the stuff that is either pending or issued within the last 60 days if you go out that far. It's a good way to kind of keep an eye on what's going on with your policies. But like this one, this guy has one pending MedSup policy and it says outstanding. What's the outstanding requirement? If he clicks on that number, it's going to generate this. It'll tell him exactly what's missing. This was a Nevada birthday rule. He was missing a copy of the MedSup card showing the type of plan that that client currently has. All the agent needs to do is take a picture of it, upload it right here, and that policy will uh, get issued by the underwriting team. FASI is our field access to customer information. From FASI, you can do a number of things, but you can put in first name, last name, state, click search, and that person will come up if it's in your book. Or you can put in the policy number if you know that, and it's going to give you all the information you ever want to know about that particular client. There's also a tab in there for DocuSign. A lot more seniors are more accustomed to doing DocuSign these days. You want to find out, have they completed that? You put the policy number in and search it, and it'll tell you whether or not uh, Douglas has finished his um, DocuSign. I should tell you too, I'll tell you that really soon here. Sales performance dashboard is also in there. That brings up this information where you can search your book of business. You can look at lapse policies, pending policies, submit detail, everything. It even keeps track of all your bonuses that you've been earning. So this is a very valuable resource for you as well. Now, if you were to do an electronic app, you would just click on that. You change the residence date for to where that person is living, put in your NPN number, click outside the box, and it will populate your name. Now you're either going to do an in-person, so they can actually physically sign with your mouse or your touch screen the application as you're going through it, or you do a remote app. Remote means we're going to send them a DocuSign to complete at the end of the app. If we go the remote route, it will say, do you want to send it DocuSign or are you going to do a voice recording at the end? If you do DocuSign, it's going to get sent to them um, as either a text or an email. Your client needs an access code to complete their portion of it. Their access code will always be the last four digits of the phone number you entered on that app. Just tell your client, hey, when that DocuSign comes up, your access code is 3965 or whatever it is. They'll jot that down and they're off and running. But once you can complete an app, you're going to get paid for it. So that's a good thing. These are the states we're doing business in right now throughout the country. I mentioned the states we're working on getting into, uh, especially Virginia. We won't be getting into West Virginia. Arkansas, right now, we're probably just going to have our dental and our new life product. Um, we're having a heck of a time trying to figure out how to do a med sup there, one reason or another. It's part of insurance. Um, but that's what our map looks like now. And like I said, that's going to be updated soon. Now I'm going to conclude here real quick. That's us. I'm the dude in the middle, obviously, but this is my team. I report to Sandy. She's the head cheese in our division office. But I work with 4 other managers as well. So we're here to help everybody. I get random calls from agents throughout the country each and every day, and I help my other account managers. But if you have a problem or a question, you just call me direct and I'll help you with that. So I'm going to get out of this and see if there, okay, questions, concerns, thoughts in anything I've discussed here today.
Hey, John, this is Zach. Yeah, I was contracted a while ago. I've never sold a policy, but I just tried to. I got the forget password link, and I changed my password, but I'm still not able to get in. Do I need to recontract because I haven't sold in a while?
Um,
Or
Zach, let me look into that, and I'll get in direct contact with you on that.
okay,
Yeah, because so you know, and our business rule is to maintain contract with Physicians Mutual, you have to write a eligible piece of business at least once every 12 months. So if you never wrote one with us and it's been 12 months ago, you got your appointment got taken away from you. And don't panic though, we can always reinstate someone 90 days afterwards, after your contract had expired. But um, hopefully we're not going to run into a lot of those situations, but we do. We know life happens. They they got excited when they started with us and kind of forgot about us. That's okay. So we do have kind of a way to work around that, but specifically on your case, Zach, I'll look into that and get back to you.
yeah, and that's definitely the case. So I shouldn't have a problem getting back on.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So if it's been longer than the 90 days, well, just shoot me an email and I'll look into it and get you all, or ask uh,
Stuff. Yeah.
somebody at your upline to tell me to recontract you, and I can do that too. Either way. Other questions, concerns?
Oh, I was gonna ask, I know we recorded this. Is there a way to get a copy of the slide deck that you presented?
Sure. Stephanie, I'll send that to you direct, and you distribute it as you see fit. Okay. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. That sounds good. All right. You folks have a good rest of your day, and we do appreciate. We want to earn your business. So if you ever need anything, you let me know.
All
Thank
right,
you.
thanks, John.
All right. We'll see you later. Have a great day. Mm.